Man, do the Toronto Raptors look rejuvenated or what? The new look Raptors are 2-0. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies to pick up the victory to begin their 6-game West Coast trip. And the Raptors, things got close there at the end, but able to hold on. They are now 14-20, and we are going to talk about their latest win. Do me a solid, everybody. Hit a like on the video. It helps a ton. Also, please subscribe to the channel for more. What can I say? At the top of this post-game reaction, Immanuel Quickley. Thank you, Knicks. The Raptors seem to have their franchise point guard in Quickley. Unbelievable performance. After going scoreless in the first quarter, Immanuel Quickley scores 26 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 block, +9. And boy, do we ever get a glimpse of what's to come. There's a reason why Knicks fans said that they didn't want to see Quickley go. You could just tell that this kid is going to be special. And this was the part of the trade that absolutely made me love the trade for the Toronto Raptors, because we're going to get to RJ in just a minute. He's been solid as well. But Immanuel Quickley is going to be the prize. When we look back at the trade that was, Immanuel Quickley is going to be the player that the Raptors got. And we're going to figure out how the heck Masai Ujiri was able to pull that off, because, look, it's only a couple games into his Raptors tenure, but you can just tell how desperately he was needed on this Raptors team. His explosiveness, his quickness, his ability to just catch fire. All of a sudden, he goes from a scoreless first quarter to putting up points on the board, 5 3-pointers, 8 of 18 from the field. Showed some playmaking chops as well. Immanuel Quickley is a very special player, and I'm glad that he's a Raptor. He was phenomenal, leading the Raptors in scoring in this win. RJ Barrett, 14 points, did most of his damage in the first half. 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. I like that RJ once again. Aggressive, getting to the basket, did some good things defensively. He really impacted the game for the Raptors in the first half, and the Raptors were able to get out to that big lead. Raptors outscoring the Grizzlies 32-19 in the second. RJ was a big part of that. The thing with RJ, I just don't want to see him force the issue. We saw a couple of occasions where, he'll try to do too much, and that will lead to either a turnover or him being in a bad spot. But if RJ can continue to play his game, which is be aggressive, look to find his offense, and then he can consistently hit the three, as he did in this one, hitting 2 3-pointers. I mean, this is the RJ that we're getting. The Raptors are going to have a very solid player in the mix here, because you can tell RJ, his body language has been great, and he's done a lot of good things. He really impressed me in that first half. You look at Scotty Barnes in 40 minutes, 20 points, 8 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Siakam, he had 24, 9 of 14. And then Jakob Poeltl, I think we got to give Poeltl a lot of credit, because he has looked much better since the trade went down. And this is not only rejuvenating the Raptors, it seems like it's rejuvenated Poeltl, because he came off his best performance, arguably, of the season on Monday, and he turned in another good performance. Poeltl had 5 blocks. Yeah, he struggled from the field, but he had 5 blocks in this one. So Doc has been finding himself since the trade. And then Dennis Schroeder, I mean, who would have thought, this guy goes to the bench and all of a sudden he's finding himself. 16 points, 6 of 11, +5. He was great in his minutes. Darko bringing him in there at the end with the smaller 2-guard backcourt of he and Quickley. But what do you know? Schroeder goes to the bench and he's looking good. 16, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And this is what you want to see from Dennis Schroeder. Obviously, it wasn't working with him as a starter. He now is the backup point guard, the backup to Quickley. And Dennis Schroeder, in 29 minutes of action, he was solid in this one. And, he led all bench scores for the Raptors, and he did a good job in his minutes. And, if Schroeder is able to come into the game, lead that second unit, get the offense going, and just help this team with the little things, the Raptors all of a sudden are going to have a much more capable bench. The Raptors do need a better Gary Trent Jr., though, because the Raptors starters in this one were solid once again. 4 of the 5 starters finishing in double figures, minus Pirtle. Obviously, Schroeder finishing in double figures, but they're going to need more from their bench. Gary Trent Jr., hopefully he could get it going. Boucher had 4 points in 13 minutes. And then Porter, he didn't score, but he did a lot of good things in the minutes he was given in that first half. He was a +9. And it was nice to see him in this one, as Porter did get his first minutes of action with the Raptors in this game. The Toronto Raptors, they led by as many as 20. The Grizzlies stormed back, but you got to give this Raptors team credit. And we saw it in that matchup against the Cavs. They bent, but they did not break. When the Grizzlies made their run, the Raptors were able to get some key stops late. I liked how Scotty Barnes aggressively attacked the basket, got to the free throw line, and then essentially put this game on ice. So even though the Grizzlies outscored the Raptors 35-23 in the fourth, Raptors still able to win this game, as Toronto shot at 48% from the field. Their three-point shooting has looked a lot better since the trade, 46%. Free throws, Raptors 22 of 27. They all rebounded the Grizzlies +3. Assists were even. Fast break points, the Raptors feasted, especially in that first half, 23-13. And the Toronto Raptors go into Memphis and get the win as Darko Rajakovic beats his old team. So it's only 2 games. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And I'm not here to say, the Raptors saved their season or they're back, because clearly there is some things they got to work on. But you can tell just beyond the vibes, guys having fun. The offense is more flowing. The spacing is better. And right now, the flow just looks so much better than what we saw. And, you look at the 2 guys that were brought in, 2 quality starters, already tremendous fits and making immediate impacts. I mean, this is game 2 of Immanuel Quickley's Raptors tenure, and he's already leading the team in scoring. Like, this is just unbelievable. And RJ has 19 in the first game and has 14 in the second game. Like, if this is what the Raptors are going to get consistently from these guys, man, Masai did it again. Because you look at RJ and Quickley being brought in here and them being able to now fit with a Barnes who, once again, able to get his 20, Siakam scoring 24 despite being in foul trouble. It's looking good so far. The starting lineup looks a lot better. The only concern I have right now is the depth, because Schroeder was brilliant tonight, like I said, but the Raptors are going to need more from their second unit, and they obviously are thin with their front court depth. Boucher hasn't really brought it, and then Porter obviously getting in his first minutes of action in this one. So Darko going with the 9-man rotation again. Otto Porter Jr. was injured. That's probably why we saw Porter in this slot. But we'll see if the Raptors can get some consistent bench play. But, I mean, other than that, the Raptors have looked a lot better over the last 2, and we'll see if they can keep it going. Don't look now, guys, but the Raptors have a chance to get that elusive 3-game winning streak on Friday and get the pizza party. They're going to be taking on the Sacramento Kings. That's definitely going to be a tough game, as the Kings are a better team than the Grizzlies. But yeah, what was your reaction to this, guys? How are you liking the new Raptors so far? Let me know your thoughts. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. As always, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.